Hi guys, in yesterday's class we have discussed about slicer visualization and we have discussed a table visualization. Okay, these are a commonly used visualizations. Okay, at least you have guys have to remember at least 10 to 15 visual names at least. Sometimes they will ask you, can you please tell me what are the visuals you have used frequently? Okay, at least you have to tell some of the visualizations. So okay, slicer is the common thing, table also. Oh, okay, most of the things. Okay, what are the visuals we have default? These are a okay, commonly we have it most of the places. Now we will discuss matrix. I hope in a childhood also we have discussed matrix. Okay, table and a matrix. Okay, most of the times people will ask it. Okay, what is the difference between table and a matrix? Okay, now we will see. Yesterday we have discussed how we can perform a conditional formatting. Same properties will be remain same in a table and matrix as well. But here we have two or more extra features that we will discuss. Okay. So here we have a rows, values, and a columns as well. Okay. For example, country wise, I want to see total sales. Okay. I want to drag it over in a values. Okay. Then I want to be display. Okay. Like percentage in a values kind of thing. Okay. This is a normal table kind of option. Okay. So here we have a extra one thing that is a columns. Columns in the sense I can display my data in a rows or column wise as well. Okay. For example, let me drag. Okay, I will show you comparison between table and matrix. Here we have product category, sub product category wise. Okay, what is the profit? What is the kind of thing over here we have discussed. Now we will see here. I want to product category I can bring into the columns. So main difference is we can display our data in a rows and column wise as well. Now we can see for a accessories, what is the sales, what is the profit? For the bikes, what is the sales, what is the profit? Like this we can display our data in a let me use instead of the product category, let me use year column in a columns. Anything, anyone you can use it. Okay, 2017 what is the sales, 18 what is the sales, 19 what is the sales, 20 what is the sales. Like this we can display our data in a column wise and row wise as well. But in a table law, in a table we can display our data only in a row wise. You can't display in your column wise. Okay, just the column names will come over here. Okay, that is the main difference. Okay, recently also, I gave one of the interview. There also they asked a question, what is the difference between table and a matrix? In a table, we can display data in a only row wise. Okay, tomorrow data got increased, number of rows will be increased, column will be remain same. This is a structure of the table will be static. Okay, static in the sense, won't be changed. I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns is there. After 1 year also, what are the data it will be changed, columns will be remain same until unless if we change if we change the structure of the table. But in a matrix level, it is a dynamic way. I have today I have a 4-year sales, tomorrow 2021 came, one more column will come extra. Okay, like this we can display our data in a row wise and column wise as well. There is a main difference. Okay, so here the table structure will be dynamic. Today I have a 4 columns, tomorrow one more year come, one more row, one more column will come. This is a one column, 2017 what is the sales, what is the total sales, what is the profit. Let me remove one more field. Okay, I want to yearly wise. Okay, I want to display the sales. Okay, so here either the ways. Okay, in a table. Okay, it's not a mandatory, we can use it this one also over here itself. Okay, that will become a table. Okay, like here country will come, year will come, what is the sales. Apart from that, I can display in a yearly column wise as well. 17, 18, 19, 20, what is the sales. Okay, this is a main difference. The tables matrix we can display data in a row wise and a column wise as well. The number of columns may increase or maybe decrease. Okay, after going forward, as per my logic, I want to take only last 3 years. Okay, after going forward, 2017 will be goes up or new year will come. So number of columns will be different, number of rows also will be increased. This is a main difference between a table and a matrix. Okay, now we will see country wise. Then I want it product category wise sales. Here we have 1 or 2 extra things. Product category I am using in a rows only. Okay, by default if you use it, it will comes as a drill through. Okay, I don't want a drill through. By default in a matrix level it will comes as a drill through. I don't want to not a drill through, sorry, drill down. So you have to expand it. I don't want a drill down array. Drill up. Okay, I want it individual. That's what I'm again I'm telling that Okay, initially you will face a problem. Okay, so they will use it. They will tell that, can you use a matrix for this? You are trying to use matrix. You drag the columns. Okay, country name, product category wise. I want the sales. Okay, so I have the sales here. Let me go use the profit in a total sales. Okay, like this I have. Okay, now here it is not coming a, okay, product category is not coming. It is going for a, by default it go for a drill down. Okay, product and, okay, country it is coming drill down. I don't want it drill down in a matrix. If you want, you can go ahead. Otherwise, I want a side by side column. Okay, country name and a product category, and I want it like that. You can expand it. That is means I don't want a this option. Now it is coming as a one by one country name. Okay, then what is the thing? Then under Australia, okay, 3 product categories is coming. Let me increase the font size. Under values, let me increase the font size. Same properties here and there, table and a matrix. Main thing is we can display data in a columns and row wise. Okay. This is nothing but a row headers. I have increased the values, but this will come as a row headers, column headers and a row headers. Okay, now we can say Australia. Okay, what are the 3 broad categories? Under Canada, what is the thing? But I don't want like this. I want to, next line I want it. Okay, that time we will discuss one by one property. For this one, under row headers, we have one of the property, step layout property. This is the property you have to disable it, then it will comes like this. Australia, what is the sense? Okay, we have some one blank country. Let me remove that. Unnecessarily, that is causing the issue. Let me remove the blank country name. Okay. Like Australia is there, what are the 3 product categories? Canada, what are the 3 product categories? France, what are the 3 product categories? If you want to fill this kind of option, main thing is you have to drag it, then expand it, then comes to the, okay, row headers. Okay, here we have a row headers. Under that we have a step layout property. You have to turn off this. If you make a turn on, okay, that will comes in a, okay, it will comes like this. In a same column, 3 column, okay, in a same column we will get a steps. Okay, Australia, all the 3 things. Australia, all the 3 things it will like it will come. I don't want this one. You have to turn off a step layout property. It's a very important thing. Okay, not for an interview. Okay, most of the times, okay, you get, they will ask you to this kind of requirement. People will struggle a lot. Okay, why? Because due to the lack of practice. Okay, I use this one. Okay, what we can do country wise, country product wise. Otherwise, they give a screenshot from the Excel. Can you please display the sales like this? This is what I wanted. What you can do? Okay, so this is a country name. Again, I am repeating the same thing. Okay, you can select it. Country I want it. Then what you want it? Product category you want it. Okay, then you can drag it in a column. So I don't want anything in a column wise. Okay, for example, I want a total sales I want it over here, total profit I want it over here. You can drag it over here. That's up to here, it is fine. Okay, I told you that if you say more than one column, it will become a hierarchy. I don't want a hierarchy. Expand the values. Expand the values in the sense country, okay, product category. Country, what are the order where came first, then, okay, if you use another column, on top of that, another one will come. For example, I want to display product category wise as well. Okay, so like this, I want it. Again, you have to expand it. Okay, now, yeah, okay. Australia, under the accessories, what is the thing? Australia, bikes, what are the different types of products? But I don't want like this. I want a 3 separate columns. You have to go for a row headers. There we have a stepped property. That one we have to remove it. We have to turn off it. Now we will get it all 3 columns. Okay, like this will come. Okay, under Australia, accessories, what is the subproduct we have? What is the sales? Under that we have a bikes, different kinds of bikes. Okay, we have a sales kind of thing. Okay, this is the main thing. We'll work with the matrix. Now we will see one by one property. What are the properties we have? All are general properties. General in the sense, okay, it will be remain same x-axis, y-axis. Okay, I don't touch. Okay, this one once again. Then we have a style, same kind of styles. What are the styles we have in a, okay, table level? Okay, minimal 9. Okay, like border head, bold headers kind of thing. I don't want it any kind of styles. Okay, normal style. Then I will however I want it, I will apply a colors. Okay, for a headers, rows and all. Then we have a grid. If you want a vertical grid, horizontal grid, okay, what is the thickness you want it? Okay, all the things you can use it. Okay, what is the horizontal grid? Okay, what is the text size over here? What is the image height and all? Okay, with same properties. What are the properties we have table level? Here also same properties, nothing was there extra. Okay, this is what are the previously we have discussed two things. Okay, so like this in a matrix level. Okay, here if I have multiple country names, it will come say one time only. Okay, Canada, if the same kind of opera, okay, functionality we don't get in a table level. Okay, accessories, all the things will come. Okay, if you use a country also, all the country names it will be. Okay, you can see accessories, 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 but here it won't come like that. Okay, for one time only it will be repeat. Under that, what is the sub product? Our country name, what is the remaining things, all the things. It will come like this. It is a different look and feel for a matrix. Okay, grid properties, column header properties, same remains same. Font color, no need to expect. Okay, no need to tell any extra thing over here. Border color, okay, background color. Then outline already I shown you. Okay, auto size column width. Okay, auto size in the sense I have a smaller numbers. Tomorrow numbers got increased, so width will be increased automatically based on a number wise. Okay, now we can see I just drag and drop. Here I have a numbers are very high. Okay, so the size, okay, length of the column is coming as a width is coming as a extra. Here I have a values are very small. Why? Because I have 4 digits. So the size is okay. Come based on a number wise, the width will be adjusted. That is a auto column. Okay, auto size column width. Okay, this is automatically. If you don't want it, you can. Okay, always the numbers will be displayed as usual. Okay, that's what we have. If the number got increased, automatically my column. Okay, width got has to be okay adjusted as per my numbers. Then we have a font family will be remain same. Text size, alignment, either where you want to be align it. Left align. Okay, this is the column headers. Left align or a right align, or I want a center align. Okay, the column headers will comes to center. Okay, you can see earlier it is a left align. Now it will comes to right align. Okay, however you want it. Title alignment. Okay, I don't have any title for this. Okay, title alignment center. Okay, the country name will become a title. Okay, the country name. Okay, it will become a center. So this is nothing but a column headers. This is a row header. So however you want it, you can see only that one. Sometimes they will ask it. Okay, this one's in a right. Okay, so center align. This one I want a left align. That's what this remainings are right center. This is a left align. This is a okay title alignment for this. The country name. Then URL icon we have seen yesterday. Okay, word graph we have seen. Okay, same. All the properties will be remain same as it is. Okay, this is a column header properties. Row headers is nothing but this is nothing but a row headers. Okay, if this will come as part of a row headers, I will show you one more important property over here. Okay, here we have a toggle buttons. Okay, we can expand and collapse. By default, I want to see overall level. If you want to go for a detail level, I can expand it. We have a plus or minus buttons. That is nothing but a toggle icons. The name is a toggle icons. So however you want it. Okay, Australia, what is the total sales like this? If you want to go in detail level, product category wise or sub product category wise, like this, we can use a toggle button. This is a nothing but a toggle buttons. Now you have to tell 3 differences between table and a matrix. Number 1. Number 1 property is table. Okay, in a table level, we can display the data only in a column row wise. In a table, in a matrix, we can display the data in a either column wise or a row wise. Both the places we can display our data in a column wise and row wise. Table structure is static. That means if I have 4 columns will be remain same. But matrix level, the number of columns may be increase or a decrease. Why? Because based on the data. For example, I have display my sales amount in a column wise, yearly wise. So if I have a 3 years, tomorrow it will become a 4 or a 5. The number of columns will be increased automatically. The structure will be changed. It is a dynamically, the structure will be changed based on your data. But here, if the data card changes, the rows will be increased. But here, rows and columns both will be increased. That's what main difference. The structure is a static. Here it is a dynamic based on your data wise. okay, the structure will be different. Another thing here, we have a toggle buttons. We can expand or a collapse. Okay, based overall level we can see, or detail level also we can see by using a toggle buttons. This is a plus or minus. The term, okay, technical terminology is a toggle buttons, plus or minus. Okay, you can tell that, okay, toggle buttons, that is a plus or minus. Okay, you can use the both the terminology. We have a toggle buttons. We can display our data in a, okay, both column wise, okay, row wise, and the structure will be start dynamic. Then we can use a toggle buttons as well. Let me use here in a column wise. Okay, here 17, 18, what is the sales I wanted? Like this, it will, we can display like this. 17 profit, what is the sales? 18, what is the sales? So I can display my data in a row and column wise as well. This way we have a dynamic structure. Okay, however you want it, we can display. Main thing is toggle buttons, it will be like this. Okay, column, this is the property we have in a row headers. Row headers in the sense, this is nothing but a row headers. How the font you want it, all the things will come. Okay, font color, background color, outline, stepped property already we have discussed. By default, if you use a more than one column, it will come in a same column wise, it will be displayed. I don't want such kind of thing. You can go with a step layout property. URL icon, it will be remain same, we have discussed. Word wrap, font family, text size, alignment, left right kind of thing. Okay, the icons, the icon color, what the color you want it, we can change that icon colors as well. Okay, icon color is blue, I want it. What is the icon size as well, we can increase the button sizes as well, however you want it. Okay, I want a, okay, better look, so I can use a plus or minus. This is a toggle buttons, we can increase, okay, the sizes as well. Apart from this, remaining properties will be remain same as is with a, okay, for with the table as well. Okay, same properties. Okay, font size, background color, alternative color. Okay, outline. Okay, URL icon, word wrap, everything will be remain same as is. Okay, this is a same thing, no need to discuss each and every time. We have a subtotals, another property. Okay, let me use, okay, this is nothing but a subtotals. For every country level, we have a subtotals or we have a grand totals. Both we have subtotals and a grand totals as well. Two of the options is there. Okay, in a table level, we have a grand totals. Only at the last, we will get a grand totals. But here we have a subtotals as well. Sometimes they will ask it. We need a every country level, we have a totals like this. We have a subtotals. So if you want the properties, okay, row subtotals, if you want it, you can enable it. If you don't want it, okay, you can remove it, or if you want it, you can enable it. Then what is the token, the name we have? Okay, here I want it. Okay, the name is a subtotals, I want it subtotals. Okay, the name I want is subtotals. Okay, then what is the font color, what is the background color kind of thing? Okay, background color, text size. Okay, same property I want to for a labels as well. Okay, so this is nothing but a labels. Okay, row subtotals position, where you want to be display subtotal position. Here after the names, I have a subtotals. Sometimes the, okay, people will ask it, I want the top totals, then I want the remaining thing subtotals. Then this is the like I wanted. First I want to display totals, then I want the detail level. Either you want it top or a bottom. Okay, bottom is the better option. Okay, so based on the user requirement, either they want to see a top or a bottom level, where you want to see the subtotals. Then we have a for row level. Okay, your row level already subtotals was there. Okay, either if you want it country name. Okay, the totals won't come. Okay, for a country level and all. Okay, it's not a total. Okay, it won't become. Okay, country names are total. Okay, subtotals already there. Okay, country category name. Okay, here I don't want any totals and all. Sometimes, okay, we can plot category wise. We have a total. Say either if you want it or don't want it, we can rechange all those things. Okay, that's what we have a row subtotals over here. Okay, all are a cosmetic properties. Okay, either if you want it or you don't want it. If you want it, okay, where you want it, top or a bottom, what is the font size? Okay, let me grand totals, I want to be enabled in a row headers. Why the grand totals is not coming? In a columns headers or a row level headers, we have that property we want to turn on, then only that grand totals will come. Let me show you. Why the grand total is not coming? Total sales. Let me drag it. Somewhere the property we got missed. That's what. The grand total not got enabled. That's what I'm looking for, where we can enable the grand totals. I didn't turn off anywhere. I want the row subtotals. Then we have a column level totals, that is nothing but a grand total somewhere the property. We have 100 sub properties here. Or I can move around. Let me take table freshly, we'll see. Hope obviously we'll get the grand totals automatically. Country name wise, product category wise. I don't want it, so we can move it. Okay, while dragging it will comes to columns level or a values level. If it is a number, when select a number, it is a measure value. Automatically goes to the values. It will comes we can't display the value in a row wise. So it is a number, so it will automatically it will comes to totals. Now let me expand it. Now let me go. Step to property, I want to remove it. Where is the step property? I have removed it. Check why the grand totals is not coming. Earlier it is K. Totals. Total tax. Let me use it. Let me check. Grand total has to be. Okay, yes, I will check on that why the grand total is not coming. This is not the property. Okay, I will check why the grand totals is not. I want the totals are from here. Alright, down one I want a grand totals. Okay, we have a subtotals. Okay, every column wise. Okay, after every country wise we have a subtotals. By default it is not coming. Okay, I will check that property regarding the. Okay, once we enable that option. Okay, just there also nothing. Okay, what is the font family? Okay, what is the background color? Okay, same thing I want to apply for the labels as well. What is the text size and all? That's what we have. Grand total properties. I will check why that's got not enabling. Okay, then we will discuss values, rows, subtotals, grand totals. Okay, same thing as it is. Whatever we have discussed yesterday, field formatting. Field formatting in the sense, okay, for example, I have a total tax and all. Okay, this case, okay, with this one I want a single decimal, or this one I want to display in a millions. Okay, here I have a smaller number. See, this one I want to display in a thousands. Okay, here we have a display units. Okay, there I want to be display in a thousands. Okay, this one I want to be as it is. Why? Because it is a smaller number and all. Then how many decimal places we want it? If you don't want a decimal places, 0. Okay. So for the everyone, okay, for the tax amount, I want a 1 decimal, or for a profit, I wanted 2 decimals, I want it. So based on that, okay, for every column level, okay, for a tax amount, I want a 2 decimal places. Okay. So however you want it, we can change these properties. We can, here we can select a, what are the property you want it. Okay. Tax amount, okay, what are the properties if you want it. Okay. Every one, we can change your colors over here. For every column, we can display in a different color and all. Okay. No one will ask, okay, for a different column, different color and all. At least they will expect, okay, if we have a amount is very more, I want this in 1,000. Here it is a profit. So I wanted 2 decimal places. Like this, they will ask it. Okay, based on that, we can change. Okay, every field we can apply a different properties over here. That's what we have a, okay, field formatting we have, that is the option. Conditional formatting, as usual, already we have discussed it, the same properties based on your condition, background color, or a font color, or a data bars, or if you want to enable a icons as well. Same thing we have discussed yesterday. Okay, same options here as well. Okay, what's the, based on a profit wise, I want a different color, or if you want a different symbols. Okay, based on a number, if the number got this much, I want a different color. If the number is this, okay, this range to this range, so I want a different color. These are all the properties we have discussed yesterday. Same properties here in a matrix as well. 99% will be remain same the properties, but the only thing is, okay, data will be, we can display in a rows and a columns as well. Okay, remaining these are the properties will be remain same as it is. I don't repeat all the times. Title, background color, like aspect, border, shadow. Okay, everywhere it will be, these properties will be remain same as it is. These are a common properties everywhere. Title, if you want a title for your table, we can enable it, or if you want a background color, you can enable it. Okay, all the thing. What is the title? Okay, country sales, I want a one of the title. Okay, where you want to be display the title of that. Okay, either if you want to right align, center line, background color, font color, all the things we have. Okay, however you want it, we can add a title. For everywhere we have a title option. Okay, if you want to add a title, we can go ahead and add a title. Okay, so this is what we have a properties of a table and a matrix. Main important interview question is, what's the difference between table and a matrix? That's it, guys, about these two visuals. Okay, if you have any questions, you can go ahead. Okay, no need to spend more time on a visuals and all. Okay, no one will ask any questions over here. Okay, we have a number of things, technical things. Okay, no one will ask it how we can take a pie chart, how we can apply color and all. Okay, this one we have already, it is there. Okay, R and Python we have. This is no need to learn it. This is separate scripting languages. R and a Python, we can use it in a data science level, or if you have a Python, all the places. Okay, in a data science level, big data level, all the places. Okay, Python language, that is one of the scripting language, same kind of Java kind of language. Okay, we have a Python now. Okay, those are not required. We have a, now we'll jump to card visualization. If you have any questions in a table and a matrix, you can go ahead, guys. If you have any doubts in a table and a matrix, you can go ahead. We'll jump to card, then we'll come to see, okay, multi-row card. Now we'll discuss the card visualization. Card in the sense, we can display only a single value. You can't display multiple values. You can see fields option is there. Whatever the visual, you can select it. Okay, here we have a values option or a fields option. So here we can display only a single value. That is a card visualization. Most of the times, okay, the reports will be there. Okay, always displaying a single values over there. Okay. I have another one I want to display. Okay, total tax amount, then what is the percentage of a this thing. Okay, another one, let me go with another one. Like this, some of the reports in a high level, okay, they will display by using a card visualizations like this. Then they are on top of the, okay, under below this, they are displaying all the visuals and all. So I want all the overall measure values. Like this, we can use a card visualization. Card will be take only a single value. You can't display multiple values. That is a card visualization. Okay, so card, I have a one of the value I want to display. If it's a number, it will be display total of the sales. Okay, if you want to go with a product name, by default, if you drag it, I have multiple values in a product categories. It will be display whatever the alphabetical order, first name it will be display, first product category name. What are the alphabetical wise? If you display like this, it will be display like this. Okay, otherwise, okay, sometimes I want to display what is the recent transaction was happened. Okay, I want it when the recent transaction was happened. What is that? Okay, I want to take it measure what is the recent date. I want the maximum date. Whether the recent transaction was happened in the sense I want to take, okay, what is the maximum date? Let me create it. Sometimes we can display like this. I have a same thing here. I don't have some of the reports I have. Okay, everywhere we're displaying recent date or a highest date. That means up to this date data is there. Okay, so up to, okay, up to which date you are displaying your sales. So I want to take the what is the maximum date. Okay, okay, data up to, okay, or data refreshed up to, okay, just I will be take it, okay, maximum date, maximum equal to, I'm creating a measure, not a column, max of data of order date, max of data of order date. From this one I want to be display my date, I want to be display, okay, when the recent transaction was happened, or otherwise, okay, up to which date your report is showing. Okay, for example, okay, you want to display your data, okay, daily basis or a weekly basis, whatever it is. Okay, when they want to open the report, they want to know up to which date the sales is displaying. This much is the sales, up to when, up to which date. So I want to be display, okay, data refresh date. Okay, we can use a card also. In a card level we can display date, or we can use it up to, okay, 12/31 20. This is the maximum date. Up to this date we have a sales amount. Okay, that's what our data got modified. So it is displaying feature date also. This is how I want to be displayed. Each and every places my report will be displayed. What is the highest date of the my report? That means up to today, up to this date. Okay, after 1 week data is not refreshed. That means easily we can identify. That means data got not refreshed. Up to this date only we are displaying the data. If the data got refreshed, for example, after 1 week data got refreshed, what is the highest date? After 1 week, okay, today is the 8th. After 1 week in the sense, okay, it will become say 14 or something, or a 17. Okay, 15th is the next date. So that day it will be displayed 15th. Why? Because maximum date is the 15th. User will identify, okay, so that's what the data is there up to this date. So we can display, okay, we can take the maximum date, we can display like this. All my reports I am display after the title. Okay, I will show you after some time. Okay, so after all the my report, okay, after my okay, report title, I am displaying the date. That means up to this date our report is, okay, up to this date our report is showing the data. Like this we can display the card visualization. Okay, either we can display number, text, or we can go with a data done. Like this we can display the card visualization. Now we'll see the properties over here. General will remain same, x position, y position and all. Okay, the maintain layer, okay, layer order it will be there. Recently none of the property was there. General, okay, data label, this is nothing but numbers. Okay, how you want to be display, what is the text color and all. Okay, data label, okay, I want in a green color kind of thing. The data label I want to be display like this. Okay, most of the places we can see fx symbol. That means we can apply a conditional formatting. If the my sales amount got, okay, here I don't want a scale, I want to go for a rule option. Okay, total sales, if it is greater than, okay, greater than or equal to minimum, okay, and less than, for example, let me give 15 million or something. Okay, then I want in a red color. If the sales amount is increased, okay, not only table level, okay, most of the places we can display. Okay, if the amount is greater than or equal to, let me copy this number. Okay, based on a number wise, okay, just remove the 0. Okay, up to the maximum number I want in a green color. Okay, if it is a less than 50 million I want in a red color, otherwise in a green color I want it. If that tomorrow sales got increase or decrease, based on that automatically the color would be changed. Let me apply filter now. Let me go with Australia or Canada. Okay, okay, I'm applying a filter. I gave a condition. Okay, if the sales is more than 50 million, I want a red color. Like this, okay, wherever we have a FX symbol, all the places we have, okay, the FX symbol we can see. Okay, there, that means we can apply a property over here. Here we have a FX symbol. Let me okay, if we remove that, it will be goes off if we erase it. Otherwise, if we have a FX formula, okay, so you can use the conditional formatting all the places. Earlier, okay, like 1 year back, We have a table and a matrix level only. We have a conditional formatting. Now each and every place, even though for title also they have a color. Okay, their title also we can give some condition. Okay, like this, each and every place we have a this kind of property. Okay. So based on it, my value got changed. Okay, we have each and every places we can see the effects wherever we want it. We can apply the conditional formatting condition. If the amount is this much, okay, what the color I want it? I gave a very high number, 15 million. I gave. So none of the country will reach us the 15 million. So all the places overall I have reached okay 15 million. But I am applying okay. I want to see in detail level for a country level. Okay, none of the country got reaches 15 million. So this is the what. Let me give. Let me give the condition I will give. Don't go with the erase button. If you erase in the sense, this formulas will be goes out. Let me give instead of the 15 million, let me give 5 million. Okay, now let me apply any filter over here. United States is a 2 million red color. United Kingdom, it is a 3 million. United States. Why it is coming into the black? Minimum number to less than, what is this number? $500, 5,000, 50,000, 5 lakh, 50 lakh in the sense it's a 15 million. Okay, here I want to remove it. Here I gave a 15 million. Okay. Okay, none of this property condition is got satisfied. Here I gave less than 5 million. Right. Here I gave after 15 million. What about the 5 to 10? That's what, okay, the black color is here. Okay, here I'm supposed to remove one thing. Okay. Now let me see the numbers. Okay. Million in the sense 10 lakh. Okay, 1 million is a 1 lakh. Okay, 5 million in the sense 50 lakh. 5,000, 50,000, 5 lakh, 50 lakh. Okay, fine. Okay, 50 lakh, 1, let me give. Okay, now it will come to the green color. Okay, I gave a, okay, just two conditions I gave. Okay, in middle I have a gap. Okay, I gave a condition like 0 to 5. Then 15 to above. What about the 5 to 15? Okay, that's what the black is came. None of the condition is satisfied. That's what the black color default color is came. Okay, like this we can apply what are the okay field formatting over each and everywhere. Okay, all the visual level, title level, everywhere we have this kind of property we can give. If you don't want it, you can just simply erase that button. Okay, if you want it the formula, again you can same formulas. Lowest to highest, okay, by default color will come. Otherwise, I want to go for a rule. Okay, we can paste in a rule wise, the color will be displayed. This is what we have. Okay. Then how the numbers you want to be displayed. Okay, let me remove this. The display units by default will be take it. Okay, data label. Okay, what's the color and all? Just now we have play all with the options. Okay, display units auto in the sense. Okay, based on a number. If it's a small number, it will go for 1,000. If it's a very high number, it will go for a million or a billion kind of thing. So if you don't want a none, okay, all the numbers I want to display as is, we can go with a none. Or how many? If you don't want a decimal places, you can go with the 0 decimal places. What is the text size? Okay, then if you want it family size, okay, source spacing, nothing in the property. Okay, this is what about a data label option. This is a data label it is there. Then data category, each and every column total sales is coming, right? If you want it, you can remove it. Okay, I don't feel like that below the title name I will remove this option. Then I will add a nice title to that. Okay, sometimes okay that it seems kind of title total sales. Okay, I don't want it in a below one. Okay, data category, if you want it, you can apply the same color over here. What is the font color, font family, text size? Only 3 properties, common properties. Okay, so I don't want that one. I will add a nice title to this. Okay, I want a center line, all the things. So I want a total sales array, any kind of thing. I don't want it at bottom level. So most of the times I will be prefer at a top level. Total sales I want it. Word wrap, all the thing will be remain same. Font color, what is the color you want it? It will be remain same. Background color, right align, center align. Okay, what is the text size? These are a common properties. Okay, I hope people will get. Okay, like some kind of like a boring kind of thing. Okay, these are unnecessary properties, not a technical thing. Okay. Okay, maybe I will skip. Okay, next time, okay, where are the important properties I will be highlight. Okay, still we are in a one or two visuals only we have discussed. That's what I'm discussing each and every property. Some people will feel like a boring kind of thing. Okay, while discussing the visuals, it's a kind of boring. Okay, wherever I have a important properties that will be highlight. From next time onwards, I will skip all these properties. No need to explain each and every time. Font color, background color. Okay, this is a simple thing. But okay, one or two visuals we have discussed in detail. Okay, then remaining thing will be remain same. Background color, lock aspect. Okay, lock border, all the things will be remain same as usual. Okay, no need to discuss at each and every level, guys. Okay, it's a waste of time. Okay, we have a n number of okay DAX level and all. That is the main important thing. Okay, we can spend okay 5 minutes of the time. However you want it, we can change the colors, all the things. No need to tell each and every visual level and all. Okay, that's what I'm not okay. Even though if you tell 1 hour also, okay, colors and all, okay, it will be get okay. People will get bored. Okay, I don't want to discuss all these things. Okay, that's what we have a card level card visualization. We have a multi-row card. Multi-row card in the sense, in the same thing, we can display multiple values. That is a multi-row card. Okay, I want the total sales and I want the not the total sales. Okay, I want the total number of customers. I want the total tax kind of thing. Okay, you can go with a multi-row card. However you want to be display multi-row card. Here we can display multiple values. Here only a single value only. Okay, here we okay. If it will allow you more than one value, okay, it will show some empty space over here. That means it won't allow you more than one value now. Here we can see still empty space is there. That means you can use more than one over here. Okay, any number of values we can display it over here. Okay, I want one more thing. I have a empty space. Again, empty space is coming. That means any number we can use it. This is what we have a multi-row card. Here also properties will be remain same as it is. Data label, category, card. Okay, card in the sense of what is the outline. Okay, show bar. Okay, the left side the bar is coming, right? I don't want the bar. Okay, like this is simple properties only. Nothing was there. This is a multi-row card. This is a multi-row card option. Now we have Gauss visualization. This is the main thing, Gauss visualization. Total sales I want to be display as a values. Okay, this is what it will be display. Okay, total sales. Okay, I want to display over here. Sometimes we will okay put in some target over here. Okay, my target is 50 million, for example. Okay, how much I have achieved. Okay, so where I have there. Okay, so this is what we have a Gauss visualization. That name is nothing but a Gauss visualization. Okay, here I want I can give okay general properties will be remain same x-axis, y-axis and all. Then we have a Gauss axis where you want to start. By default, it will start with the 0. Okay, highest is the 60 million. Based on a number, it will be automatically identified. I want to give my target. Target in the sense, my target is a 50 million. Okay, now it is a 5 million. My target is a 50 million. So we can give your target over here. Or we can create a measure over here. I don't want to give a default value, or you can create a measure. Give a number is a 50 million. So that's what my target. So either I reached my target or I not reached my target. Okay, this is what my target is the 50 million. So I have, as of now, I have reached 30 million. This is how we can display Gauss visualization. It will be display either you have reached your target or not. Okay, sometimes, for example, let me go with the total profit. Okay, not the profit. Okay, total sales. Okay, the total sales over here. My target is okay. The total sales. What is the standard cost we have? I want to reach okay 50% of the profit. Okay, let me create a one of the measure called a total. Here I have a total profit percentage. I don't want the percentage profit. Okay, let me remove it. Profit in the sense how much we have spent, how much amount we have. Okay, sales amount minus okay standard cost. It will gives okay what is the profit amount, right? Okay, 20 is the my thing. Okay, I sent for a 50 rupees I have sold out. Okay, 50 minus 20, that means I have a 30 rupees profit. Let me use the profit amount over here instead of this. Already we have discussed 56% we have a okay This much is the, okay, it's not a this is not the profit. So it is multiplying with hundreds. That's what I'm removing that. It's not a percentage. Just I change the formula. Okay, my still it is showing in a earlier we make it as a percentage. The property we have changed it a percentage. Now I have removed it. Let me remove and add it. Gauss visualization. So now it's not a profit percentage, just a value. Why it is still showing the percentage? Total 95 point millions, it is showing the percentage. General, it's not the percentage. Why is the still it is showing the percentage? Something is wrong. The number is not changed. Let me create a new measure. Profit amount. Sales minus standard cost are how much you actual amount. Okay. Based on a profit amount equal to sum of data of sales amount minus sum of data of standard cost. Just it is a number I want it. Let me use the profit amount. Okay, now it is a we are getting okay 12.96. Okay, now it's got it. Even though it is I used a percentage already. Now it okay take some time. Actually, it is earlier it is showing 200 million kind of thing. 12.96 million is the profit we are getting. Okay, this is what total profit. My target is okay 50% on a my standard amount. Okay, my target is, for example, okay, I have spent amount for 100 rupees. My target is a 150 rupees I want to receive it. That is what my target. Okay, so that is how we can create a measure. Okay, let me create a measure. My target I want to, either we can give a hard code value over here. Here we have a, what is your target, we can give it. What is where you want to start, where you want to end. Here we can give some hard code value. For example, okay, 50 million or something. It is a hard code value. I don't want it hard code value based on a dynamic. Tomorrow I will spend 10 lakh. My target is 15 lakh. Okay, that's what my target. 50% I want expecting my, okay, I want expecting 50% of a profit. So dynamically it will to change. Okay. Now let me create a one of the measure. Okay. Let me create a measure. 50% is my target. Okay. How much I'm spending plus I am expecting a 50% of the profit. Okay. How we can create a such kind of measure for all this case. I will give one of the task. Okay. That's what I'm telling. Okay. Each and everything. Okay. My target is, for example, target profit. Okay, profit equal to my target is sum of okay standard cost. Okay, this is what is the amount I'm spending. Okay, so 50% I'm increasing my okay my profit. My target is 50%. So plus sum of the okay standard cost into 50%. Okay, that's what we will get it. Okay, into 0.5. This is what my 50%. 50% in the sense 0.5. How much I'm spending plus this much amount I'm spending plus 50% in the sense standard cost into 0.5. This means this is what my target on a sales. My profit, I want the 50% of the profit. That's what this is the sum of the sales. Now we'll get it. Okay. Standard cost is a 17 million is something is there. 17 plus 50% in the sense around 23 is my okay. I will show you clearly. What's okay, I'm explaining over here. Total standard cost. Okay, you can go over here. Standard cost is the 17 million. If we check my target amount, Okay, target profit is I gave as a 50%. Okay, now we can see what is the 17 now. Okay, instead of 17, what is the half? It is a 8. 17 plus okay 8 point something, it will come, it will becomes a 25. My expectation is 25 million is the my expectation. Okay, that's what I want to receive 50 million. Now my target I will give, in this one I give a target. My target profit is target profit 24. Okay, here we are displaying. Standard cost is my value. Okay, now we can see as of now my target is 50 million, but I have reached 17.26. Okay, it's not the case. Profit amount. Okay, you have to go with this total cost of sales amount. Yeah, I have more than my target I got. My target is 50% of the okay so profit, but here it is getting more than this. My target is a 25 million, but I have reached on top of this. Why? Because yesterday we have seen overall we are getting 65% profit is coming. Okay, earlier measure we have seen already, we have changed something over here. We are getting a 56% of the profit, but I gave it 50% only, but I have received more than that. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Okay, either I have reached my target or not. This is how we can give the any kind of goal value, we can create it over here. Okay, here I gave what are the amount I'm spending. 50% I want the margin, that's it. Okay, so here what is the total sales? 30. How much we are spending plus 15%, that's what my target is there. It will come under 25 million, but more than that I'm getting. That's what my target. Sometimes either we can reach our target or behind the target. That's what we have. So based on that, we can display this value. This is a Gauss visualization. We can set your target over here. Either you have reached or not. Okay, I gave, hope I gave a more explanation. People not confused, I hope. Okay, if you have any confusions, you can go ahead, guys. Okay, we'll discuss the remaining properties over here. If you have any questions, you can go ahead, guys. Okay, here we can specify, okay, what is the minimum value, maximum. By default, based on a value, it will be take it. You don't want to give any values over there. Then we have a data colors. Okay, this color, what you want it, target color, what you want it. Target color, I want in a red color, I want it. That's what, okay, I want to display the target line in a red color. Okay. And then if you want it, what is the fill color you want it? Okay, this color, if you want it in a green color or something, we can give a different condition also over here. Okay, either if you reach the target, okay, if you want the color, if you not reach the target, okay, if you want a different color kind of thing, you can play with this one. Data labels, okay, this is nothing but the data labels option. Okay, the minimum value, maximum value, if you want it, we can display it. However you want to display units, decimal places, text size, font family will be remain same as is. That is a data labels option. Target, either if you want to show, obviously I want to show the target, so the target value will be displayed over here. What's the color, what's the text size you wanted, we can increase that text sizes and all. This is what my target, just showing very slow. Okay, so 25 million is the my target. So either I have received or not. Then we have a call out value. Okay, this is the value if you want it. Okay, if you want it, either if you don't want it. Okay, well, obviously I want it. Okay, what's the I have achieved, so I want the call out value. This is nothing. Okay, so we can same properties, decimal places, color. Okay, what is the text size? If you want a title, okay, if you want a background color, log aspect will be remain same for a your okay Gauss visualization. This is a Gauss visualization, guys. This is what we have a Gauss visualization. Just we can check, okay, either you have reached your target or not kind of thing. Simply it will be display. Okay, if you, tomorrow's got value got increased, it will comes like this. Okay, tomorrow profit, okay, you have spending more amount. Okay, actual amount, okay, after 1 week, the okay, actual amount may be increased. Okay, you have spent in a new products, there we have spent a 50 lakh, but you got a 20 lakh the sales amount. There we will get a minus 30 lakhs, okay, decrease. That time your bar will becomes to like this. Based on the data, it will be dynamic. Okay, based on your data, it will be changed. Okay, either you have reached, okay, 70% profit, it will comes like this. Okay, based on a value, it will be displayed dynamic way. This is what about the Gauss visualizations, guys. Okay. Simple properties. Okay, remaining always a simple thing. Now we will discuss. Okay, we have a map visualization. Map, we don't have any much properties. We have a map and a filled map. Okay, filled map in the sense just area will be highlight. We have a country name. Okay, already we have seen. Okay, latitude and a longitude. Just it's taking more time. It is identifying which country comes under which area and all. But based on a okay country wise, so it is just highlighting the country names. I want which country and all, which name and all. Just I want to listen. Okay, I want to display in a legend. That means you'll go for a different color. Okay, which country is the? This is nothing but a legend. I want okay different color with a different state name. So I want the legend. Here you can't display any values over here. Just area has to be highlighted. Latitude, longitude in the sense already we have discussed. Okay, if any of the area it's not identifying, that time we can use a latitude and a longitude. So it will be identify that area. Then I want to, when I mouse over, I want to display the value. Okay, when I mouse over, okay, total sales, I want to be display. When I mouse over, I want to be display. There is a tooltip option. Tooltip, any number we can use it by default. Okay, like this, I want to display. Okay, the country names. Okay, wherever the country name here, I want to display the, this is a filled map. Based on a value, it won't come. Automatically, what are the countries we have? The countries will be highlighted. It won't be displayed based on your number. Okay, like this, it will be display your colors and all. Is what we have a latitude and a longitude. Okay, not a latitude. If you don't want the legends in the sense, all the countries will comes in the same color kind of thing. It will be display the values. All the countries will be just highlight. If you want it, different country in a different name, or if you want a state also, you can use it. Every country level, okay, it will be the legend. Okay, it will comes. Okay, multiple states we have, around 30-40 states we have. I don't want any state, just I want the country names. I want it, so just use in a legend also. Okay, not the legend. In a legend level, we can use the only countries I want to be highlighted. So based on that, it will comes as a, it will be displayed like this. This is a map visualization we have. All the countries I want to display in a filled map. You can't give any value over here. The color won't be specified on a value wise over here. Here we have it, just we can add a tooltip over here. Latitude and longitude, just areas will be highlighted. Then we have a, based on a sales amount, the color or a size of that bubble will be changed, so that we have a different visualization. This is a normal filled map. Area will be filled. Okay, general properties will be remain same. Legend. Okay, if you want it or not. The country names. Okay, this is nothing but a legend. Okay, each which country. Okay, which color and all. So if you want it, the legend option. Okay, from now onwards, every visual level we have a legends option. I wanted the legend. Okay, then you can turn on it where you want to display your legend. Top, bottom, left, right corner. Okay, wherever you want to be, change the position of this one. Okay, right side I want it. Okay, so wherever you want it, you can change it. Then title of the legend. Okay, the country name. If you want it, you can. Okay, I don't want the title for this. Okay, I can remove it. Just I want country names. I want it. Then what's the color you want it? What is the font size? Okay, this is a legend option we have. Okay, this is the legend. Okay, all the places we have coming visuals everywhere we have a legend option. Which color is the which one and all. Then legend, we have a data colors. Okay, by default it comes all the colors. Okay, if you want a different color, you can go ahead. If you want a different color, okay, we can change it for the each and every country. Okay, different countries, I want a different color or I want it. If you don't feel like these colors, you can change it. You can go over here. You can change the whatever the color you want it. Okay, this country I want in a different color. You can change it whatever the color you want it. These are data colors we have. Then we have a map controls. Either we have a zoom in, zoom out. Okay, we have a zoom buttons kind of thing. Let me add. Here I have a country name. Okay, if I select a particular country, it will be zoom. Okay, so it will going for that particular country. It's going to zoom. That's what we have a zoom in, zoom out. Okay, if I go with the India, okay, if I select it, it has to go for that particular country. India, it will be go there. It's taking some time. Okay, United States, Australia, like this. If you don't want it, always, even though if you have selected any country, okay. So if you don't want a zoom in, zoom out, okay, we can control that. We have a map controls. Here, I don't want a auto zoom. You can remove this. Even though if you select it, it won't go that particular one. Always it will be static kind of thing. Okay. We have a zoom in, zoom out controls. Or if you want it, zoom buttons. We have in a map also, we have some plus or minus buttons. This is a zoom options. I want to zoom out or a zoom in kind of thing. We can use this zoom in, zoom out buttons for a map controls. Then we have a last property, map style. Okay, what kind of style we have? Dark, Arial. Okay, like this I want to be display. Okay, okay, so okay, I want the show labels. Okay, show labels in the sense just the country names it will be display. This is the show label option. Okay, or if you want a light, okay, dark style or a road style kind of thing, the maps will be displayed however you want it. This is what about a filled map. Remaining properties will be remain same. Title, background, lock aspect, border, shadow kind of thing. This will be remain same, guys. This is a filled map. Okay, based on a value wise, based on a sales amount wise, I want the bigger size kind of thing, that we have a map visualization. Filled map just based on a your area that will be highlighted. Here we don't have any property. Okay, latitude and longitude, the values option is not there at all. Okay, if you want a tooltip, when I mouse over, I can see the values. That's it. Here we don't have any such kind of option over here. Is a filled map, guys. Okay, next today's class. Okay, we'll discuss this entire row. It is a same kind of visualization. Okay, we will discuss two visuals in detail, remaining all the same kind of thing. Okay, that we will discuss. Okay, at least in next 2 days we will complete this. Then we'll go with the remaining properties. Still, lot of concepts was there that we will discuss. Okay, no one will ask. Just they will ask it map names, visual names. That's it. No one will ask it. No need to remember. Once I'm telling that. No need to remember any of these properties. No one will ask any interview point of time also. Okay, it's a normal basic cosmetic properties. Okay, so we have a number of technical thing that we will discuss. That's it, guys, for today. If you have any questions, you can go ahead. Tomorrow we have a class. Actually, Thursday we don't have a class. Okay, that's only for one day. If you have any questions, you can go ahead.